Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to Cloud Test Lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Our top level stuff. So here we need to configure our data source. So let us take from this level only. Here we have already data source. So I'm just copying the same. We just need data source. We don't need any session factory because we are not working on Hibernate. We'll come back to this place again and we'll configure the rest of the beans. So right in our JDBC DAO, write a setter method, private void, or else declare a variable data source, and once after that create setters and getters for that. Anyway, we won't use getter at all. We just need a setter. Even for setter also, we don't need the assignment. We'll directly create the JDBC template. Setter method for JDBC DAO called. So now create our variable, our template variable, JDBC template. Yeah, we'll write that one. JDBC template, and we'll pass the data source to this. Now, once after that, we'll write a query method, public void, get employee details, just like how we have written in all our normal cases. Public void get employee details. So take one SQL query, string SQL equal to select star from employee. Let us retrieve whole stuff from our employee object. So now we'll use the template object and we'll call the query method. You can see that there are several query methods available. Most of them are accepting a SQL object, and after that you have the option of passing the argument, and you have the option of creating a prepared statement, row mapper. Let us work on the basic stuff first, then we'll enhance the code to work on the remaining stuff. SQL. We are not going to use this. Query query for row set. Okay, integer query for list, which will accept. The reason why I have used query for list, because you are going to get a whole list. Select star from employee means this will return 14 rows, and within each and every row you will contain 5 or 6 columns. The query for list object, the query for list method, it returns a list of map of string objects. We'll discuss about the usage or how to retrieve those stuff. List of map of string comma object result. Here the list specifies row level, nothing but currently you have 14 rows. So if your list consists of 14 rows, within each row you are supposed to get the data for each and every column. Let us print this out. Number of records retrieved plus your result dot, call the size method. Now you got how many number of rows are available. Iterate through each and every row. This is a list, so you can write a for each iterator. Within list, each and every object is of type map of string object, map element I'm specifying, and result. I'm iterating through the map. So here, map of string object, it consists of details about each and every row. So with map element iteration, with each iteration, map element will consist of the details about first row. In the subsequent iterations, it will consist of the details about the remaining rows. Here, string represents your column name and object represents your actual value. So map element dot get of, the first one is employee ID, that is your first one, and convert this one returns an object because the value is an object type. So convert this to an integer, int employee ID. So this is how you need to retrieve the data based on your list of map of string objects. So the top level list will consist of row details, how many number of rows it will contain, and it will consist of the list of all rows. With the map, it will consist of column data with each and every row. So now you have retrieved employee ID. In the same way, retrieve employee first name, employee last name, designation, and salary.
Krish,
Yep.
what are the two parameters there for the map, string and object?
The first one is column name, and the next one is actual value.
Okay, got it.
I have already prepared. This will just print the data. So now your get employee details will perform all the work. Now we want to take the advantage of Spring Framework and load our bean and provide this particular data source. Because we don't want to work on our own, we are using Spring JDBC template. So that means all the beans are supposed to be loaded dynamically by Spring Framework only. So go to our JDBC config.xml file and specify the bean ID equal to JDBC bean, and the class is your JDBC DAO com.simple.dao.jdbc DAO, and here it requires a property. The name of the property is data source. Currently you can see that we have declared a property called data source, and we need the data source to be passed dynamically or inject by using our Spring Framework. Data source, it was supposed to refer by my data source. That means your data source will be received dynamically by your Spring Framework. Here there is no need to write auto void. The reason for that is we are not following annotation based dependency injection. We are configuring externally by using our JDBC config.xml file.
What's that my
So
data
now
source?
this is just like the data source which we have used yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are using web application, you can auto wire and send the data. Currently, I'm writing a standalone application. Write a simple test class, test JDBC class. Public static void main, string array aux, application context equal to, this is just like how we have used our core Java application. So our name of the file is JDBC config.xml, and in this get the bean for our JDBC bean. Now by using JDBC DAO, call or get employee details. No need to return anything because we are printing at the same level. Make sure that the bean name is correct. JDBC bean. Now execute this one. Setter method for JDBC DAO called. So whenever you are retrieving the bean, context.getBean of JDBC bean, it will see that you are expecting this property, and it will call the setter method for this particular data source. And if you go to JDBC DAO setter method, placed a sysout statement to identify whether it has called or not. So now it has called and the JDBC template was available. Now you got the DAO class as well, and call the get employee details method. Get employee details. At this level, you have already JDBC template available. It has executed, and the return value is 14 rows. I'm iterating with one by one row, and I'm retrieving the data based on your map string object, column, comma, actual value, and you can see that I'm able to print all the information. So here, your JDBC template, whenever you're asking query for list, it will open the connection and it will prepare the statement. It will use the prepare statement object and call the query, and finally loads the data by using result set. Once the result set has retrieved, it will create a list and it will create all the columns. It will use the rs dot get string of or get string of first one, second one, and third one. It will verify the data type and it will load the properties by using a map, and finally it will place those maps into your list and it will return that back to you and it will close the connection. The internal groundwork, everything will be done by your Spring framework. Currently, we have seen based on query for list. Let me comment this one. Let us comment this one as well. Or else we'll write one more method. Public void get emp data based on row mapper. Use the same SQL. Use your JDBC template dot query. This time we'll use query. There is a class called row mapper. Query of string SQL comma row mapper. See, here you can see that string SQL comma object array arguments. The arguments are used to pass some arguments to the query. Let us say you want to pass some arguments to the query. Select star from employee where employee ID equal to question mark. So how you will pass the parameters to this? You can see that there is string SQL object whereas comma arguments. You can just pass the argument. You will get only the result. This will be replaced by the query, and during the execution, it will use select star from employee where employee ID equal to 2, and it will get only that particular one. So if you want to pass the argument, you can just make use of the overloaded overloaded method for query for list. Let me comment this one. We'll execute that one. Okay. See, you can see that it has retrieved data only corresponding to employee ID 2. That is a Verox, so you can pass any number of parameters based on your requirement. JDBC template dot query SQL. The second way of retrieving the data is based on an object called row mapper. Row mapper is used to retrieve the data based on result set. Row mapper is an interface. It is your responsibility to provide the definition for row mapper method. There will be only one method. There is only one method available in your row mapper class. Let us write an inner class for your row mapper. I'm writing a custom row mapper which implements your actual row mapper. A row mapper can accept a generic parameter with which you can store the data. So you are implementing a row mapper interface, so that means you need to provide the definition for abstract methods. So the method that you need to implement is map row. That is the method name, and it provides you the result set and integer argument 1. Nothing but what is the row count, the current current pointer count, nothing but on which row currently we are retrieving the data, for which row we are trying to retrieve the data. See, the row mapper interface, let us say you have 14 results. Let us say you have 14 results in your result set. Currently, you are able to retrieve the data and you are setting the data by using this particular case, and you can create an employee object and you can forward that back to your JSP. That is how you can do. But instead of you doing all those stuff, here it will also directly provide you a result set, but here the result set is related to a single row, but not for all the rows. That means when you call the method, when you call the query method by specifying your row mapper, you just need to specify what is a row mapper that has implemented your row mapper interface. Once after that, this will execute the query and Spring will read how many number of rows that are available. For each row, it will call the map row method. So that means for each row, nothing but for each and every row, it will create a result set and it will provide you the current index value, the row index value by using this particular argument, and you can create your employee bean. Employee bean, emp equal to new employee bean, emp dot set of employee id rs dot get of employee dot rs dot get string of finally return your employee object. So here at this level, the JDBC template dot query based on your result set, you can just store that in a list. If you print plus if you want here itself, you can print currently what is the employee ID. I'm just printing only one value. It is a row index. It will provide you what is the current row that we are executing, that string is executing. See, normally with result set, you can't able to get the row index. So these guys, they're providing some additional option to provide you the row index as well. So I'll print only get employee ID. So now call get employee data based on row mapper. You can see that your string has called that particular method and it has incorporated all those values, and finally you got a list of employee beans. Here you can see that I'm not calling rs.next method because you are not supposed to. You will consist of only your result set. This is not the actual result set which was retrieved for the query execution. This is the one which was prepared by your Spring framework, and this will only consist of a single row. You are not supposed to use a rs.next method. This will directly consist of a single row information. You just need to fetch the information and create your form object. Yeah, that's all with respect to our Spring framework. Let me know if you guys have any doubts.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.